Hey, good afternoon, good evening. My name is Jason Thomas, Chief T, what they call me. Today, I want to share with you something very life-changing. They can literally do wonders for your life. You want to know how I know? Because it has done wonders for me. See, ever since I partnered or joined the organization, the Extra Digital Movement, I've seen my cash flow expand. I've seen my business savviness improve. And more importantly, I've seen wealth generate around millions and millions of people around me. So much so that they've been able to buy land in a path of growth, purchase houses with with cash, some and others with low financing. Seen people get the credit scores in the high 800s, and seen others just literally uh, start generational wealth. And so that's what I want to share with you tonight. That is what I want to share with you tonight. So without further ado, let's get this thing started. See, there was one formula that we all need to know. All need to know. And that simple formula is cash, asset, cash flow. Type that in the chat if you hear me. Cash, asset, cash flow. And I'll make sure my screen is up and running. Hold on a second. Let me make sure we got this set up. It's running for me real quick. Okay. All right. So, like I said, my name is Jason Thomas, proud member of the Extra Digit Movement, and you have been invited here tonight to hear something that is seriously life changing. I hope tonight that when you leave here, that you'll have an understanding on how to not only expand your cash flow and increase your income, but how there are some entities out there that's actually been taking your money. There's actually organizations that have been depriving us of information in order to become successful. And believe it or not, most of the information that we're going to cover tonight is information that is not taught in schools. So that's what I want to share with you tonight. Real quick, grab a pen and pad, do your last minute text. And I want to say again, thank you for coming out. You could have been anywhere else. You could have, but you chose tonight to come here and learn some fabulous information that is truly going to be life changing. How do I know? Because it's been truly life changing for me. And it started off with one simple wealth principle that I like to share and start this off with you. And that one simple wealth formula has been cash, asset, cash flow. Cash, asset, cash flow. Real quick in the chat, type in CAC. See, what we got to understand is this, ladies and gentlemen, is that if you take a little bit of your cash from your current income, build, purchase, or buy an asset such as gold, commodities, stocks, bonds, whatever, and put that money in there so it grows and produces more cash flow, then you're able to become wealthy. You're able to become financially fit, financially savvy. What most people have is a problem. They don't know where they're going to get the cash. They don't know where to get the cash. See, before I joined uh, the extra digit movement and got under the tutelage of Mr. Brian M. Bean, I had no clue where this money was going to come from. No clue. No clue. But what he's been able to teach us and what he shows us each and every day is how he went from working at the bank to now owning a bank. How he retired at age 22, earned $1 million, lost $1 million, and is able to share with us each and every day how to improve our financial portfolio through the lessons learned that he had to go through during his 25 plus year career in network marketing. He's the founder of the Extra Digit Movement. Has the fastest and first four figure per day earners in our entire company. Created the most millionaires residual ring club earners, and he's helped hundreds of thousands of people live a legacy, not just leave it. And we partner with a company called MWR Financial that stands for Make Wealth Real Financial. It's the ultimate cash flow company. See, most people think they have an income problem, but really it's cash flow. So when you get a company that's debt free, young and vibrant, has great leaders like Endamo Tosin, who's the president of Field Leadership Development, and our CEO, Mr. Brian House, who's built this empire, faith-based company that's focused on helping more and more people get out of poverty, get out of the paycheck to paycheck rat race cycle, and enter a land of milk and honey. There's no other place to be. And it starts with this: three cash flow streams. I want you to write that down. Three cash flow streams. This is an invitation only membership that I want to talk to you about that gets you cash back. Cash money is what the old people say. The cash money back into your household. And now through February 2023, which is only a few more days left, this weekend, this price is going to go up. But for right now, $99.97 per month gets you to increase your cash flow, to expand your income. And it starts with a financial makeover. So let's talk about it. There's three things that got to go up, and there's three things that got to go down. First things that we need to talk about is your current income. See, we need to lower your taxes, your debt, and expenses. And on average, that first cash flow stream has been able to produce an average tax savings of $200 to $600 per month, and total tax reduction saved over $250 million, y'all. Average debt eliminated in our from our members has been $64,000 saved, and 37,000 years reduced. Now think about this: if your debt was zero, how much money would you have? An average per month of $140 saved in monthly expenses. We're talking about your everyday bills. In total, we're talking about $3.5 million saved by our experts. Experts saving members money each and every day, y'all. But let's talk about the three things that got to go up. Three things that got to go up: your credit scores. How many of you know credit plays a huge role when you're looking to buy, borrow, or even sometimes continue on those premiums and those services that you have? Credit increase, we've seen an average of 126 points. No matter if you're in the early 400s and 500s to mid 600s and 700s, with an extra 126 points, do you good? I would think so. And then per month, we're talking about that's a $500 savings. Think about this. Let me get to the eyeballs. Think about this. Your current interest rate on your house is currently sitting at 4.5. Our experts get your credit score up, which brings your interest rates down, which means you pay less for the same house that you're in right now. So instead of paying the banks all that interest, now let's bring the interest rate down to where you got a 2.5 interest rate. You think that won't save you $500 a month? I know a lot of people on the line right now that will say it will. So let's keep it going. Let's talk more. Let's talk about, let's not only talk about the credit, let's talk about savings. Our cashback membership, $2,000 per month in total savings when you combine all this up. You're talking about bills going down, right? We're talking about credit scores going up. We're talking about taxes going down, so you pay less out of your check, which means you keep more of your money. Look, I uploaded my last two pay stubs. I'm in the military, and my last year's tax return, and they put $200 extra into my pocket, extra into my check. I see that every month. That's $2,400 a year added into my pay that doesn't go out to the IRS. And no, ladies and gentlemen, I don't owe. We're not talking about tax evasion. We're talking about real strategies to get you on the right side of money that's going to get your cash flow positive and out of that negative cycle. $1,000 per month, right? What questions do you have? That's the question I'm asking. What questions do you have? Any questions in there? I'm looking in the chat. I don't see any questions. Okay, moving on. So look, let's take it a step further. As a business owner, understand that the government tax laws favor business owners. So when you take your home, wherever you live at, your domicile, your apartment, your house, whether you rent or have a mortgage, you combine that with a business, now it equals you having assets. See, this is the asset. When I said the formula was asset, cash flow, well, we're asking you to take a moment to look at this overview, take some cash, $149.97 a month, pour it into this asset, your business, and allow it to produce more cash flow for you. See, with this business, MWR at home, you're able to earn unlimited income potential. Think about this. At your job, there's a cap on how much you can make. They Bob and Jane can only pay you so much because they got so many other employees to pay and they got so many other expenses that they have to pay as well. But when you have a home-based business, your income, your net worth can go through the roof because there's no cap. See, we show you how to get this business self-funded and we show you how to retire while living a legacy through simple strategies that the wealthy have been using for decades. Now, cash flow stream number two, we're talking about business income. Business income, ladies and gentlemen, is taxed a lot differently than waged income on your job. Understand that. But with our organization, not only are you taxed differently, but you pay differently. We're talking about daily, weekly, monthly, annual pay. And it's very simple. Simple. Say you have three people that need these services. Let me get to your face. Three people that you see could use a credit score increase, could use debt elimination, could use bills going down, right? You talk to three people and they say, hey, Jason, I love this program, but I would also like to make some money with it too. Well, three people get you 9 points. Three people will get you 9 points, which equals $150 per month. $150 per month, $5 a day. Now, to some, that's like, that ain't a lot of money, but now your business is self funded. On an annual basis, that's $1,825 added to your pay, not including the tax savings. Look, I know I keep talking about it, but we'll get to that in a minute. But what if those three people did the same thing and shared it with three other people? So now you're filling up the other charts to the far right. Now you're making $20 a day, $600 a month. See, we're talking about a part-time income on a part-time basis. But how many people out there want to make some full-time income on a part-time basis? We're talking about getting team points in the 900 team points to where now you're making $200 a day. That's $73,000 a year, $6,000 a month, all the way up to $365,000 a year. Hey, there's a six-figure salary in this to passive residual income at our 5-star regional director position. Well, let's take that even further and get you into the top 3% of our economy. Look, you find enough people that want to change their lives, and we're gonna put you, my mistake, in the top 5% income earners in this country, to where you're making $8,500 a day. That's $3 million per year. And look, that's just for right now, y'all. That's just for right now. Because this weekend, that daily 8,500 that we have right now, it goes all the way up to 15,000. And this is just our daily guarantee pay. There's gonna be some more advantages that come out this weekend, the 4th or 5th this weekend, and Fort Lauderdale that's gonna shock all of us. I'm talking about added pay, but we'll get to that when that comes. I'm talking about $8,500 a day that you can earn right now with this one company making wealth real. So that's the cash flow stream number two, right? And this is how it looks. As soon as you tap into three people wanting to share this information and take advantage of the service, and you get one outside customer, one customer is just somebody that don't want none of them checks. They start paying you, y'all, and they start giving you text messages saying, hey, you got $20 a day, and $200 a day, $500 a day. So much so to where we've had some members, they've gone and fired their bosses. Like Miss Gail Andrews, she used to work for the IRS. Beautiful young lady who shares this information consistently with more and more people so they can get out of the rat race and also fire their bosses. Miss Christy Howard, we call her Cashflow Christy. She retired as a bartender working at the biggest airport at 4:30 in the morning, slinging Bloody Marys. We're talking about the Atlanta airport, y'all. She got off that job, and now she is the first $1 million residual ring club earning female in our company. She designed the ring, but not only that, she's led and trailblazed the way for more ladies to come. And then we have Dr. Sean T. Hill, who's a retired school teacher who understands that the school teaching wouldn't let him teach anymore. So he decided to take his skills and talents to another organization like ours and educate the masses. And now let's talk about cash flow stream number three. This is that passive income. This is our passive portfolio. See, have you ever heard of land banking? Have you ever heard of private banking? See, these are the secrets of growing your money that are not being shared with most Americans. See, with land banking, let's talk about this real quick. Warren Buffett put $2.5 billion into the land in this area to build a solar transit railroad system that goes from Los Angeles to Las Vegas. NASA, the Department of Defense, Northrop Grumman, major companies have also set up shop in this area called Antelope Valley. If you can float with me and recall what Silicon Valley was, this is the new Silicon Valley. They call it Green Energy Valley. It sits right outside of Los Angeles, the last area in Southern California to be developed. We are able to buy that land through our company, MWR Financial, at wholesale prices. And when it's time to sell, we sell it at retail. So look, answer me this question. Have you ever been in an area of land to where all you see is trees? A month later, all the trees have been knocked down. You see construction going on, and then you see a Walmart pop up, right? Has anybody been there? Right. And then all of a sudden you're like, why did they put a Walmart here in the middle of nowhere? If you've been to Fort Polk, Louisiana, if you've been to areas near Killeen, you can vouch with me because those are areas I'm very familiar with. There's a lot of different areas. But understand, as different subdivisions starts populating, then you get the aha moment. They knew that something was coming. Our company knows that something is coming, like 2028 Olympics. If you've ever been to the Olympics in Atlanta, you understand that a lot of people come out from the entire world to that one area. And guess what? Economy booms. That's what's going to happen to Antelope Valley in 2028, if not before. The economy is going to boom and we're going to sell at retail. I'm talking about this land has already grown for some 37.5% within the first year. How many investments do you know that are guaranteeing you rates of return that high or have given you rates of return that high? Now, I understand past performance doesn't predict future results, and I'm not a licensed professional as it pertains to your finances. But look, when you got a company of experts that's sharing you information and showing you how to expand, assets and build assets like land, that's one that you could put in the bank. But speaking of banks, let's talk about private banking. Have you ever heard of a bank where you put money in, it grows tax free, you could take the money out with no penalties, right? And you can will it over into the next generation and the next generation, and it gives you double digit returns. That's our private banking. See, to give you a numerical, I guess you could say representation. Let's say you had $100,000 in your 401k. Could you touch that money today? Could you use that as a down payment on your house? Not without penalties, not without it, costing you a lot, right? Well, let's take that same $100,000 and let's pull some money out, 20% for your down payment for your house. And let's say it looks like your money never left. That's how the private banking works. See, you could take money out and it still grows as if you never took it out. And you got no penalties. You pay that money back as you see fit, and your money still grows. 8% minimum. We've seen people close out at 18% and some 20% in years past. Again, past performance doesn't predict future results, but hey, when you got the constant results of many thousands of people as you seeing the same thing, hey, you probably bet your money on it. It's gonna continue, right? So let's move on. Let's talk about this managed fund that's coming out this weekend. You ever want to get involved in cryptocurrencies or forex, but never want to deal with all the time, deal with all learning and all the other stuff? Well, did I mention that this company is a done for you type of service? Yeah, everything I just named is done for you. Everything I named about the membership and this passive income is done for you. So this managed fund, have somebody go in there, a major company that's going in there on your behalf and putting your money to work for you across the world, across the globe, and bringing you back returns. Now, with our managed fund, yeah, there is a risk of loss, but look at this. We're talking about big gains, small gains, no big losses, and possibly a few small losses. You think that's a good win-win portfolio? I would say so when it comes to expanding your portfolio into forex and crypto. And then what about real estate? We got a fire your landlord program that's coming up. If you ever wanted to own your own home, wouldn't it be nice to not have to worry about credit? Our company is partnering with another company that's going to be able to bring you all of this and more. So stay tuned. If you like what you hear, I would say put a one in the chat as we continue forward. And understand that wealth is possible if you just tap in. Like Mr. Dana Turnquist and Angela Johnson, that land I was just talking about. See, we're talking about deeds, not debt. Most family people, most family members, they leave a lot of debt. We're talking about leaving deeds to land ownership, y'all. Let's take that a step forward. See, my mentor, Mr. Charles and Judith Ivory, they not only bought land in the path of growing in Southern California, but they also bought land here in near Fort Stewart, Georgia. I said they bought land in the path of growth in Antelope Valley, California, and bought land, lakefront property in Georgia. Look, an acre and a half of lakefront property, building a 6,000 square foot home with a 2,300 square foot detachment. They're going to have a pool in there, in ground pool. Look, not only are they building well, but they're exhibiting and exuberating in wealth. Think about this 800 and 815 credit scores. They own two private reserve accounts, got land banking, like I said, and they're making a minimum 10,800 per month, and that's in addition to that retirement check. So look, you ain't gotta leave your job if you don't want to. You know, you can collect that retirement check and then bring it over here and let's show you what to do with that money. Like Judith and Charles Ivory have done. But look, you're like, man, that sounds great. But how do you get started? Hey, our team is the fastest growing. We show you everything. We have the number one trainer in the industry, Mr. Brian M. Bean. You know, we got online support, offline support, virtual team addresses, a mobile app coming this real soon. Online for everything you need. This is a turnkey business, and we're gonna show you each step of the way. But I got one question to ask you: Are you teachable? Are you coachable? And are you ready for change? I'll wait. Are you teachable and are you coachable? And are you ready for change? Those are the three things you really need to ask yourself. See, we're not on trial. We got proven successes. We have people firing their bosses, walking off their jobs. We have people with surplus in their bank accounts to where they're giving out to charities and starting nonprofits. You know, credit scores are so high, they're able to do whatever they want with what they want when they want to. Time freedom because they're no longer having to spend all their time at work just to make ends meet, you know, because they were once living paycheck behind a paycheck, working 40 plus hours a week. Now they work this business less than a quarter of that time and still able to generate three times the income that they made on their job. Don't believe it? Man, I got somebody you need to meet tonight, Mr. Charles Ivory. I'll let you listen to his story. But before we get there, let's continue on because I got somewhere I got to be at too. So we talked about the training. Here's something that's going to keep most people from moving. And I say most people, you may not be most people, but most people have a problem with assumptions of what other people think. You know, we say this often that people don't, care about what each other thinks, but why are you going to your broke friends asking about this business? Some of y'all right now, I guarantee you, ask your friend before you join this call tonight, what you think. And they ain't in no better shape than you are. Some of us are confused about expenses versus investments. See, an expense is a one-time use. I would say it's like a plate of food. Once you eat the plate, it's gone. But an investment is something that comes back. Now, we're not finna regurgitate that plate, but what we are finna give you is a Nile River that's gonna produce multiple streams of income for you and give you different platforms of assets to invest in. But your indecision is a decision. Well, I still need to hear more about it. Well, what did you need to hear when you chose to choose that job? No, you saw how much money they paid. You saw where you was going to be working at and you chose it. When you saw that car, you looked probably once, maybe twice and said, hey, that's the car we need, honey. Or that's the car I want to drive. When you chose the church, you may have said, hey, I like that choir. I like that congregation. I'm going there. When you chose to eat out tonight, it didn't take much. You said, hey, I'm hungry and I want a taste for this. When you're talking about something that's going to put more money back into your household, it shouldn't be something that's hard to think about. You know what you need to investigate? That bank account, what your current portfolio is doing. And for most people, the portfolios have hit a downturn due to crypto falling, due to stocks falling. Try something different. You've been doing the same thing for the past 20, 30, 15, 60 years. Why not try something different? And we're talking about, ladies and gentlemen, for real. $99 a month for the membership, or a total $150 a month for this business and the membership. Last but not least, your past fears and failures are not the defining points of the moments of your futures, which start today. And if you've been praying, understand that your prayers could be getting answered right now. It's not something you need to go pray back on or pray on, because you was already praying before you got to this Zoom tonight. So why not just take action? Ask yourself, did he give me the ability to create wealth, or am I still waiting for somebody to hand it to me? That's the real question you need to ask yourself about that. And then say, hey, he gave me the ability to create wealth, then let's make it happen. One thing's for sure, we're not getting younger. My mentor, Mr. Brian Bean, saw a vision, or he had a vision, and now he's putting it into practice. You know, he saw this land. Well, actually, he did. He bought this land, 20 acres that you see in this picture, 20 acres with in Atlanta with a lake, and there's not too much water in Atlanta if you ever been there. But say, hey, I want it, and they bought the land unseen. He said, hey man, I'll probably take this, use this land, and have charge people to go fishing. $10 a head, yeah, I'll make some good money. There'll be some good cash flow. Then his vision changed. He saw the front yard as a way to uh, use as an asset. Turn the front yard into a place where families can come and have birthday parties. You know, spiritual enrichment parties where you got people doing yoga, or businesses can come in here and showcase their businesses. Then he said, you know what? Let's do something with the backyard. He's got about 4 acres in the back. When we have more vendors, and let them use the back to also show different traits, talents, and gifts that they have. Why not use it at night as well? I mean, it's a property that's available 24/7. So he had this group come in here and use it for a campground. They had a party. They had a party in the tent. Lights was going up and everything like that. He turned his living room into a movie set trailer for the actors to come in and unwind, while outside they were shooting videos, TV shows, and movie scenes. Y'all, it gets even better. Look, the state of Georgia saw all this going on, and they said, hey, Brian, we want to come out there to your property. We want to put a washer and dryer. We want to hang up a TV, put up a hot tub. And you know what we want to do? We want to shoot the Georgia Lottery commercial. For all my Georgians in the chat, have y'all seen this Georgia Lottery commercial? Have you seen this guy? Got a guy in the middle of the woods, won the jackpot, and basically they're trying to say that he's turned the backyard, that he's turned the entire world into his backyard. My question to you is, what kind of assets do you want to build? Type it in the chat. See, Mr. Bean is a public speaker, inspirational speaker, and now he's building an amphitheater, something that's true to his trade, right there in his backyard. What asset would you like this MWR business to build for you, so it brings you back more cash? Look at this. You got a stage on there. You can have weddings back here. We're going to have events back here, and it's going to be generating more cash flow. What do you have that's leading a legacy to leave behind? And while it's doing all of that, is it in a position to help you live the legacy? See, Mr. Brian has his son Makai here, and he's showing him the process of business ownership. He's showing him how this formula actually plays out: cash, asset, cash. See that land? They have a Airbnb on that property, but he also rents out the land, like I just showed you. Look, we talking 300 one day, 798 another time, 386 one time, 595, $1,000. All these different dates add up, and this is his cash flow. See, he took some money, he took some cash, y'all. Understand this. He took some cash bought an asset, 20 acres of land, being acres, and now that asset is producing more cash flow. And where did he get the money? MWR Financial. See, with this business, he was able to turn a small investment into $228,000 within a short amount of time, to where he was able to purchase this land. And now that land is is giving him kickbacks in the forms of 3-digit returns. 3 digits. I'm talking about every single day. So what do I do? You're either a number two or number one at this point. A number two says, "Hey, Jason, I like the information, but I don't need no daily checks. But I do like the fact that my cash flow can increase with these experts. You, my friend, are number two. And that's the $99.97 a month. That's that $2,000 average a month savings that you can see for yourself coming up in the next short few minutes after you sign up. Hey, welcome to the team. I appreciate that. You know, or you may be a number one. You say, hey, I like the experts working on my finances and my cash flow, but I also like these daily checks, Jason. I say, hey, come on to the team. You like that MWR at home experience and those tax savings. Hey, let's get you started. Welcome to the team. That's $149.97 a month. And now, since you have a business, you're able to write off the 149. So look, ladies and gentlemen, that's all the time I have for today. I hope you got some education out of this information, but more importantly, I hope you see the value. And if you don't, let's keep it going. Let's keep it going. My mentor, Brian Bean, has a classic car collection. And with these classic cars, he understands that because they're classics, as they continue to age and as he continues to have them, they only go up in value. Where most people buy cars that depreciate, he bought cars that are not assets that appreciate as the years go on. He takes these to several shows. A lot of people, have used them in music videos. This is the Lena Horne's actual 1861 Bentley, y'all. Look, you got people doing photo shoots in front of the car. One person, Aaliyah's uncle, actually had another artist showing her lifting the car in one of her videos. Look, what type of assets do you want that's gonna bring you back more cash? Or you could be like a Kimberly Whitfield, former vet, experience an $18,000 pay cut, turn $80 into a day into a $2,400 a month minimum pay increase for herself. So look, we're talking about she actually went from an $18,000 pay cut to a $36,000 increase in her pay. Credit scores went up to the 800s, purchased a brand new home, you know. Oh, my bad. Or Derek Ray here, Quanah Sims, Don Wilson. All of these individuals have purchased land, have bought assets, commodities. Richard Harden, Chuck Harden. You like real estate? We got some gurus in this organization as well. They can show you how they turn this cash into a pipeline that furthers their real estate investment business. So you don't have to stop doing what you're doing. Like Shirley and Trevor Thompson, they didn't stop doing what they're doing, but now through this MWR membership in this business, they've been able to buy their dream house as well. I got AJ Albert, former vet. He's buying Airbnbs. Shayna Rollins, she's the second female millionaire residual ring club runner. She bought a house, her first time house, in Martha Stewart's subdivision. She's a former IT specialist, paid off 3 credit cards, y'all. Understand this. All you do is upload and ask the experts in this business. You don't have to rely on the person that brought you here. You don't have to rely on the person that introduced you to this. But we have a system that's in place that's guaranteed to get you to where you want to go. So, without further ado, my question to you is, are you ready? Are you ready? Hey, get back with the person that invited you to today's overview. I hope that you got some value. I know you got some value. I hope that you put action to the thoughts and to the notes that you took today so that we can make wealth real for you. So again, number two, somebody just wants the services, $99 a month. Hey, welcome number twos. I appreciate you for seeing the value and getting your finances straight in 2023, starting now. And then we have a number one. For all my number ones, you ready to make the daily pay? Hey, get back with the person who invited you ASAP so they can give you the game plan to get you running before this weekend. See, this weekend, well, it's about to blow up. Basically, if you get to running before this weekend happens, we can position you to where you can see thousands% return on your investment that you make tonight. So, hey, I hope y'all have a safe evening. Be blessed. I look forward to seeing you soon. Peace.